in world.
Mm-hmm.
The Guinness Book of World recorded the name of this.
Mm-hmm.
And Jaigarh called to it. Biggest in the world on wheel. The barrel shifted on that wheel, so this is biggest in world.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, more bigger like this, the barrel there in Germany.
Mm-hmm.
That is more bigger in weight or range. But that is in trend. Big beta name of that.
Mm-hmm.
And already used to that there in Second World War now.
Oh, okay.
But that is in trend. This is on wheel, so this is biggest in world. In the Guinness Book of World recorded the name of this. This is the product of this sportsman, not from outside. 300 years ago, before city, Jaipur city, it was built inside this port. Only barrel.
Mm-hmm.
200 years ago, after Jaipur city, built that carriage.
Mm.
Carriage by Ram Singh, barrel by Jai Singh. Second, he was founder of Jaipur city. Before Pink City, Jaipur, that family of Jaipur, Jai Singh second, he was lived there in Amer Palace. Man.
Mm-hmm.
Have been that Amer fort.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Tourists call to that fort, but properly not a fort. That building is that palace. This was fort. Journal time before Jaipur Pink City was lived inside that. During war time, for more protection from that palace to this fort, when they were used this fort. So in that same time, they were built to this fort or that palace. Man.
Mm-hmm.
Foundation one set 1036 to this or that. Since 1036 to continue part by part, generation by generation. Took to it 600 years to build, 27 generation. Finally, it was there in at 16th century by Jai Singh first. So called to it Jaigarh. Jai means Jai Singh, Gad means fort. Surrounded in the 3 kilometer on top of that hills, 1000 feet above from their bottom, 602 meter from that sea level. Amir Palace, Glass Palace, Mirror Palace. Bedroom of that decorated by mirror, so called to that. In world, second mirror palace there in Amir. First in France, Paris, second there in Amir. 10 years ago, tourist was entered inside there. And when system was maintained that one candle was fired to that getting like this reflector getting by that candle light, that glass of that bedroom. Looks like stars at night. But system they has closed to that. Tourists writing the name on the wall or dinging that glass. So for protection of that building, they has closed to that. Journal time was lived inside that. From there to here, 400-meter long secret passage. By passage, public family at those days. Recently, since 2 years, open to the tourist that passage. Tourists by that passage from there to here to look this spot. 1.5 kilometer long road that. Elephant, camel, horses, public family also by that road at those days. Now a lot of tourists by road from there to here to look this fort. Against Mughals, cast to this cannon or the fort. Akbar, I think you know about that. Many times trying to attack there in Rajasthan from Delhi. He was lived there, but he was couldn't success to enter in Rajasthan. When he was got in politics, make relationship with that king of Hamir. First Mansingh, he was the chief of Akbar army, and sister married with Mughal Emperor Akbar. They were related to each other after 16th century. So properly after 16th century, nobody can attack there in Amir. So this fort or that cannon doesn't use it at war. After related to each other, that Akbar he was sent to that king of Amir, Mansingh first there in Afghanistan. When he was learned the technology of this is there. Brought up to the technology of this cannon from there Afghanistan, or added that cannon foundry inside this fort at 16th century. Since 16th century to 18th century, lot of weapons light to heavy was cast there inside this fort. This one also by that second guessing at 1720, brought up to it from there piece by piece or reassembled to here. It was highest point of this fort. For elephant, they can change the direction of this just here to there in front to in that backside. Between backside wheels, there is a rolling pin system of this. So that fort they can push in the different direction, then can be rotated to it. Fight from here, but outside from this place couldn't brought up to it because it's too heavy there. And barrel at 1720 and 20 feet long, 50 ton weight of that. 8 metal was used in this. 8 feet is the outer circumference from the rear of this. For each fire, 100 kilogram powder, 50 kilogram bullet, and 10 kilogram paper or jute required this for each fire. It was fired once for experiment without carriage before Jaipur city in this direction. Shifted to the barrel upper their private stand and loaded their first powder, bullet, paper, jute at last. Can you see that one is small hole on top of there, fired from there.
Yes.
Push that all things explosive backside there when fired from that point. But can't be fired from nearest because sound is so big or dangerous. So like this one fuse prepared by the paper. To the fuse connected there in hole and developed that large in that 150 meter long. That fuse brought up near that water beyond of this wall. There is a water reserve, monsoon water hole there. There was brought up to that fuse there. From there, soldier tortured to that when they would jump into that water. Running that fuse from there or connected into the hole when it was fired. When it was fired here, then they would lived under that water, so they can't be listen that sound of this. For protection of that largest or dangerous hole, they would jump into that water. 5 minute time shifted into that fuse. They can suitably fire into this when they would lived under that water. By that system, fired to it once for experiment when throw that bullet beyond of Jaipur, 40 kilometers from this point. Bullet was landing there in the 2 kilometer was make one big hole in land by pressure. Hole converted into the dam. Still you can see to that percentage public animals already dumped by that sound near this spot. Many houses also cracked there in arm. After that nobody can attack there in army, so doesn't use this spot at war time. After experiment from there army here to Jaipur. City Palace, Jaipur city, observatory, astrology. He was great scientist there in 17th century, so he was developed that observatory. Great astronomy. On their 5 Indian city developed that observatory. Biggest in Jaipur, again in Delhi, Ujjain, Banaras, Kolkata. Is still active that instrument of observatory. If you have that sunlight applied to that instrument, if you have that your proper date of birth or timing, you can say to about that some astrologer is there, they can declare that your future, which stars applied to you that in your life. Your mobile and watches getting late or fast, but timing all of that. Observatory still accurate time now, still you can see to that there. He was extraordinary, so Mughals called to that Savai Jai Singh, awarded by Savai title. Savai mean 100 more than quarter, 100.25. And after another king of Jaipur got pink color to that city or called Pink City, he was built this carriage between 1835 to 1880. He was success to build it in 45 years, or shifted that barrel upper this by Ram Singh. And since then this is biggest in world. And black color is still that a fixture of that range. Highest 40 kilometer that range of this, but 0 to 40 kilometer target bullet decided by that system. There is a rolling pin system of this 4 and they can rotate to it. Front wheel 9 feet, 4 feet, backside wheels, total length 35 feet. Carriage painted barrel in original color. It has good artwork that barrel. Seat also 200 years old, brought up to it from England, added since 18th century. We just paint to it 5 years old, otherwise it's still private property. Like you, the Princess of Jaipur has still look after to this old city palace. It's still stay there in city palace. It's still worship to it for good luck from their front. You can see to that just and the Kadha Paranadu, his father recently passed out since 2011. He was the last Maharaja of Jaipur. He doesn't have any son. He had only one daughter. She is already married and she has 3 kids, 2 sons or 1 daughter. Elder son of the daughters adopted by Maharaja for future. 19 years old now, living there in UK for a study. So Princess by self has looked after to this or city palace. Signing for good luck there. When they worship to it in orange color, swastika now. On top of all to that Ganesh, elephant neck, that means Ganesh.